Hello, Rika Mason again, Table Victoria, thinking and trying to help you prepare for the maths exam coming up with some of the key principles that you might want to think about and engage with as you prepare. I'm going to talk about subtraction now. I'm going to talk about the two meanings or the ideas in subtraction. And then we're going to talk about something about the algorithm of subtraction. And I think most of you do subtraction in the way that the kids do now in school. So that's very helpful. But I'll just revisit that so that we understand what we're doing. Two key ideas in subtraction is to take away and difference. And there is a difference between them. The answer is the same. The answer is the same. So if I say something like 8 take away, I won't do 4, 8 take away 5, we know the answer is 3. If I take 8 from 5, I am left with. Takeaway has to do with what am I left with. Okay, so if I have 8 things, so this is takeaway, and I take away 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I am left with 3. Okay, 3 is what I'm left with. So I start with a big number and I reduce it, and I'm left with whatever I'm left with. I take stuff away. So take away has to do with being what's left. Okay. Difference has to do with comparing numbers, the difference between them. So if I was standing next to my colleague Art Wouters, who's like a tall man, he's taller than this, the difference between us is whatever that is, it's over a head. Whatever that is, you can tell what I'm saying. If you were to take me away from between Art and myself, you would just have Art left. Like you wouldn't actually have there wouldn't be anything to be different to, because you'd just have Art. Or if you had just had me, but then we'd go into negative space, so we don't need to worry about that. So difference is a different idea. So here, it's the difference between 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so if it's 8, take away 5, the difference is 3, 4, 5. What's the difference? You're actually sort of comparing two ideas. So I'm going to superimpose in my magical way, in my interactive whiteboard here, I'm going to overlap the 5 to the 8 to find the difference. So I'm going to do that quite magically. Watch and be in awe. I'm going to take this one and put it on top of this one. Can you see that? This one goes on top of this one. Disney would be proud of me. This one over onto this one. We're going to ignore the phone. Hopefully it's not you. And this one goes on top of this one. And this one goes on top of this one. So now the difference between the two is 3. Okay. Now the algorithm is the same with this takeaway sign or minus sign or subtraction sign. The algorithm is the same, but the idea is different. So with takeaway, it's what's left over after you've taken stuff away. So you start with a big number and you just get rid of stuff and what's left. But difference talks about comparisons, the two things that are the same, that you're comparing with. You use that, say, when you're comparing temperatures. The difference between the highest part of the day, temperature, the hottest part, and the coolest part. There's a difference there. You don't take the coolest part away, you just see where the difference is. The difference is between my bank account and my son's bank account. Okay? So what's the difference? My son and me. There's a difference there. You don't take my bank account away and leave it with nothing. No, please don't. And just have his. That doesn't make sense. You're not taking mine from his. We're just comparing them. And it's the gap with difference, whereas take away, it's what's left over. All right, gap. Okay, I'm going to end this DVD and then or video, whatever it's called, and then I'm going to start a new one on the subtraction algorithm.